So you've gone down the search engine rabbit hole and discovered that the person that's been causing you a lot of confusion, stress, strain, or worse is exhibiting behaviors that fall under a category that is new to you. You realize that your person, your friend, your husband, wife, child, sibling, cousin, neighbor, boss, colleague is a narcissist. When you discover such a thing, having no previous real understanding of what this diabolical disorder is, many have more questions and delve into hours of research and study, as I did. But there are some of you out there who just want to fast forward and know, how do I get over this? How do I move on? How do I pick up the pieces after months, years, and in some cases, decades of abuse? What do I do? How do I expedite this? Because the pain is debilitating, confusing, and agonizing, and you just want it to stop. Most of the content creators will avoid this topic, and the few that do touch on it will say healing takes time. And they're telling the truth. They're right. It takes time. There's not a tablet, a pill, a drink that you can take that will stop the pain, like an ibuprofen or something, right, the next day. The walk looks different for each person because each person is different, but the pathway is pretty similar. Now, this video is for the radical of you out there, the warriors, the ones who just want the hardcore truth. And depending on how this video does will determine if I do any more. But I know that when I discovered that my spouse was a malignant narcissist, the number one thing I wanted the answer to was, how do I get over this and do so quickly? Now, even though I said there is no tablet or pill that you can take to fast forward this, for me, even having a timeline or guidelines or some semblance of a map would have been helpful. So that's what I'm going to give here. Once you decide to go no contact, and that's the key here, not gray rock, not know the information and post your feelings online or write them in a journal, but actually go no contact. From no contact forward, the timeline that I've surmised, given my experience with both malignant and covert narcissists, it's very tough the first several days. And the first 3 months from my research is the most painful. The reason for that is because you're going through a withdrawal. You have developed a life pattern with this person, or in some cases, these people. And breaking that pattern is very shocking to your psychology and to your physical system. In many cases, people pick up illness when they're with the psycho, narcissist, whatever, the cluster B, fuck. And that usually needs tending to, which you can probably hardly even find the strength to address your health concerns. So you've got that going on, coupled with mining for your children or other family members, plus caretaking for your responsibilities, trying to keep a roof over your head, just maintaining, going to work, all of these things. You're just trying to keep the balls in the air while this unraveling is happening to you. So finding the time to process a lot of the elements is where the elongation period is. you have to get used to a new normal, because having this person in your life, whatever your pattern was, first thing in the morning or before you go to bed at night or intradaily, all of this needs to go through a radical revision and change. But back to timelines. If you're no contact, you can expect the first 90 days to be the toughest. Specifically, the first 30 days, you'll have ebbs and flows. You'll have intervals throughout the day where you feel empowered and like you're going to get past this, get through this. And then there's going to be times where you won't be able to eat or sleep, perhaps. It comes and it goes. There may be days where you're feeling strong and you're feeling good, and then all of a sudden you're in the store or in a bakery or just driving in your car, and you'll catch an aroma or a thought and tears will just start flowing, and you won't be able to stop them. All of that is normal, and as other creators say who've gone through this, it's part of the grieving process. But you got to hold no contact. Even in those moments where you're like, oh my gosh, I miss this person so much. Oh my gosh, I'm so lonely. Who am I going to call? Who am I going to talk to? Oh my gosh, it's the holiday. It's a birthday. It's this, it's that. I don't know what happened. He was the one responsible for this bill. She was the one responsible for this task in our life. You stay no contact. Destitute. Not sure what you're going to do. Not sure how you're going to feed your kids. Not sure how you're going to take care of yourself. You stay no contact if your goal is to heal. Because when you're feeling those moments of sadness, the thing to do is to ask God, is to pray. I know it might sound trite, but that's what you need to do. Because God will fill the void. And practically, when you're having a moment of pain, and if you do what I say and you pray, you still might feel some depression and sadness in that moment, right? But that's because you have work to do on you. You have to understand, you've spent a significant amount of time with one of Satan's henchmen, gnawing at your ever-loving spirit and soul, right? So it's going to take some time to heal all of this. It's going to take time for you to build that relationship with God again. He's there waiting for you. He's always been waiting for you. If you just keep at it, those moments of sadness and depression, you'll get through them. Call a friend, right? Go for a walk, go for a jog, go to the gym, eat something, play with your kids, go walk the dog, watch a rerun, watch a news show or a movie, anything possible, whatever. Do anything in those desperate moments to distract your mind, just to get through, because those are truly moments. Usually they only last a few hours, right? And then you'll have another period of, as one of my favorite creators on this subject likes to say, respite. He refers to it in another way, but that's what you have. You'll have these moments of missing the narcissist and you can't handle it and oh my gosh, and then you'll have respite. And in respite is where you start gaining traction in your healing, okay? For those of you, I've read, gosh, by this point, maybe thousands and thousands of comments, talked to hundreds of people who've been through this and put in thousands of hours of research and study. And what I know is that there are some people who years later are still in tremendous agonizing pain. And I would have to speak with those people directly to understand the details. But from what I could ascertain, some of the things that I just spoke about, they haven't done. And God is a key factor to getting through this. He is your ibuprofen. Right? The Lord is who will get you through this. And I understand that some people are not believers and some people, may hear me say this and won't get it and won't agree. The truth doesn't require our agreement. I too was distant. I loved the Lord, but I was distant. And it wasn't until going through the malignant and then subsequently the covert narcissist relationship that I realized what was missing. So those are the steps. Timeline is 90 days for you to start healing. And post the 90 days, if you're diligent about doing the things to get past those moments, you will begin to see the sunlight again. And once you get a taste of that, you're never going to want to look back. That I can guarantee.